Dark Shadows number 50, VTR 8/19/66, air 9/2/66, take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. Night has come to Collinwood and brought with it no answer to the mystery of a man's disappearance. Instead, there is restlessness. A restlessness that draws me out of the great house and into the darkness around it. A restlessness that seems to gnaw at everyone who lives on the crest of Widow's Hill.
Friend or foe, advance and be recognized. Even the tutors are out tonight. Hello, Vicky.
Hi.
I thought this would be my own lonely, quiet little spot tonight. But we all share our possessions here on Widow's Hill. What brings you down here?
I just wanted to get some fresh air. The ocean certainly is rough.
It'll be a lot rougher if you fall. It's a long way down, Vicky.
That's just what I needed. A nice, cheerful talk.
This is the place.
Carolyn, do you come out here often? At night, I mean.
No. Only when I'm looking for something special.
Like what?
Ghosts.
Oh,
That's right, Vicky. Ghosts. They're all around us. Everywhere. You still don't believe in ghosts, do you?
I haven't seen one yet.
You don't have to see them, Vicky. You can feel them.
You're not talking about ghosts. You're talking about your own feelings.
Did you happen to see my mother before you came down here?
No.
We all have our fears in this house, Vicky. I'm not alone in that. Do you have any idea how upset my mother is about Bill Malloy?
I think I do.
Vicky, she's known him for more than 25 years. He's been more than just the manager of our fishing fleet and cannery. He's been a friend, a good friend.
I'm sure he'll be all right and he'll come home.
I hope so. Maybe the widows can tell us where he's gone.
Oh, Carolyn, you don't believe in all that nonsense.
Maybe not. Maybe the trouble with me is that I don't know what I believe in anymore. I suppose the wailing widows who are supposed to haunt the top of this hill are as real as anything else in my life.
What's hit you? The last time I saw you, you were in such a good mood.
It's me. Up and down, in and out, never the same girl twice.
Is it Bill Malloy? Do you really think something's happened to him?
When I was a kid, a little kid, I mean, I used to come out here whenever things were bothering me. I used to think the wind or the waves would bring me the answers. It doesn't seem to work anymore. Maybe it can only happen at midnight, the witching hour. Is that what you think, Vicky?
Nope.
Let's see, it's 10:15. Less than 2 hours.
What?
You know who gave me this watch? Joe Haskell, for my 16th birthday. Dear, sweet Joe.
Is that what's bothering you, Joe?
Vicky, it keeps happening over and over again. I hang on to him, but I run like mad. I keep asking myself, Where will it end? He's such a wonderful guy. What am I waiting for? They're here. The widows, they heard me.
Now that's the wind, and you know it.
Is that how it'll end for me, Vicky? Like it did for them? Wandering around our old house, wailing, wanting so much, and ending up with nothing.
That's how it will end if you want it to. I never will get used to that sound, I guess.
Do you know what they're saying? They're saying, help me. Help me, please. Somebody help me.
Help me, Aunt Elizabeth, please.
Really, David, I don't know what you expect me to do. If you can't sleep, why don't you read for a while?
But I'm scared. There are things in my room.
What kind of things?
I don't know. I can't see them, but they're there.
Well, then I'll tell you what to do. Go upstairs, turn on all the lights in your room, and they'll go away.
Can't I stay down here?
Please, David, I really haven't time for you tonight. Please do as I ask.
You don't care what happens to me. Nobody does.
David. Roger, is that you? Roger, I've been...
It's only us, Mother. Back from the sea.
Have you heard anything from Bill Malloy yet?
No. When Uncle Roger gets home, come right upstairs and tell me. I'll be in David's room.
Is there something wrong with David?
He's just been afflicted with a family disease. He's been seeing ghosts.
Tea's on.
I wondered where you disappeared to. Let me help you with that.
Everyone else in this house seems to be making tea all the time. I thought I'd have a go at it. It's okay, I can manage.
Bill Malloy, I'll bet. Hello.
Oh, hello, Joe.
No, we just thought it might be. We haven't heard a thing. Not a word. I know, so are we. No, it's all right. It's really very sweet of you to call. Joe, I can't talk to you right now. I promise I'll phone you the minute we hear anything. Yes. Yes. Good night. Vicky, there's no question about it. He's really nice.
I heard the phone ring. Was it Uncle Roger?
No, it was Joe. He wanted to know if we'd heard anything about Bill.
Oh.
Vicky's made some tea, Mother.
I don't want any, thank you.
How's David?
He's all right now. He just wanted some attention, that's all.
Then he really wasn't seeing ghosts at all.
Carolyn, I just don't understand about Uncle Roger. I asked him to come back from the office hours ago.
Well, he probably had some work to do and couldn't get away.
But I phoned the office again and he'd left. That was a long time ago.
Well, then there was some kind of emergency. Maybe his car broke down. Mother, just because you're worried about Bill Malloy, please don't start thinking
I
that
don't
everyone's...
think anything, Carolyn. I just wish Uncle Roger would get home.
Come on, Mother. Sit down and try to relax.
I'm going to try the office again.
I've never seen your mother like this before. I told you. Bill Malloy.
No answer.
Mrs. Stoddard, why don't you sit down here and have some tea with us?
I don't think I'd be very good company.
If Vicky can put up with me and the Wailing Widows, Mother, I think she can cope with anything.
Carolyn's been filling me full of ghost stories.
Oh?
The one I didn't tell her, the one she really ought to know, is about the 3 people.
I think this is hardly the time.
Vicky walked pretty close to the edge of that cliff out there. That's all we need for you to be number 3.
Carolyn, this is nonsense.
It's only a story, Mother.
Stories are based on facts, Carolyn. Death is a fact. Bill Malloy's disappearance is a fact also. This is no time to talk about legends and ghosts.
Mother, I'm sorry. It was just a story. I'm sorry. This just seems to be my night for it. I'm going up to bed. She was only trying to cheer you up.
I know what she was trying to do, but there are times when the legends of Collinwood seem too real.
You don't really believe all those things, do you?
In the more than 130 years since this house was built, 2 people have thrown themselves to their death from the ledge on which you and Carolyn stood. The legend she wanted to tell you was that someday there would be a third. That third death hasn't happened yet, Miss Winters. It's only a legend, but it's something I don't want to be reminded of. Not tonight. Excuse me. Roger, where have you been?
Why, Liz, you waited up for me. How sweet.
When I called you hours ago, I told you to come right home.
Miss Winters, how are you this evening?
I'm just on my way up to bed.
Well, that's an excellent idea. I think I'll do the same thing as soon as I get a bite to eat.
Roger, I want to talk to you right now.
In a minute, Liz. I haven't had any dinner. Just let me get a sandwich and I'll be right back. Pleasant dreams, Miss Winters.
All right, David, I want you to come in here and I want you to see what you did.
What'd you have to go and wake me up for?
I don't think you were asleep, but if you were, I'm not at all sorry that I woke you up. Now look at that, David. Go ahead. Now tell me what it says. Well, what does it say, David?
Death.
And who wrote it there?
I don't know.
I've had just about enough of this nonsense.
I didn't write.
Then who did? A ghost or a widow? I want you to take these tissues and wipe that off.
No.
David, I'm not fooling.
I didn't write it. I didn't go near your old mirror. I was trying to sleep in my room.
David, I want you to take these tissues and erase that right now.
It wasn't me. It was the widows. It must have been the widows.
What's going on in here? Something between David and me. David, listen to me.
They were in my room all night. I went down to tell Aunt Elizabeth, and they must have come in here.
Well, now that's awfully strange because they seem to have exactly the same handwriting as you.
Death? It seems to be the password for tonight. David, how dare you write a thing like that on...
David, I'm going to give you one last chance. Either you wipe that off right now or else we go down to your Aunt Elizabeth.
All right. All right. There. Satisfied?
Now I want you to go to your room. And I'm warning you, David, I don't want anything like this to happen again.
I didn't write it. It was the widows.
That's all I needed tonight.
Little David. Oh, Vicky, I still don't see how you stand all of this.
Easy. Just stay away from the edge of the cliff.
Talking about the cliff, did you see my wristwatch in the drawing room before you left?
No.
Well, that's just great. The stupid strap must have broken. I didn't even miss it until I was ready to go to bed. It could be anywhere.
Maybe one of the widows took it.
Maybe. I'll just have to go right back out there and find it.
Tonight? Why can't you get it in the morning?
Because if it is there, the ocean air will ruin it.
Well, happy hunting. Vicky, will you go with me?
Why, are you nervous?
Tonight, yes. I suppose I am.
Cold chicken sandwich and a glass of milk. It's better than caviar at this time of night.
Where have you been all evening?
Obviously, I don't have to ask you that question. I know where you've been for the past 18 years, right here in this lovely old house.
When I called, I asked you to come right home.
I know.
I meant at that moment, not hours later.
Did it ever occur to you that I might have something more pressing to do?
More important than Bill Malloy's disappearance?
I've been just as concerned about it as you have. When I left the office right after you telephoned, I had every intention of coming right back here, as you so forcefully suggested. But then I had a feeling that I might be able to find him. So I drove out to his cousin's house. Well, it's a long trip, and a completely wasted one. I hadn't seen him for weeks, hadn't heard from him in days. And then I came right back here. Does that answer all your questions?
Why didn't you call and tell me where you were going?
Well, I meant to, but it slipped my mind. I simply forgot.
Did you also forget to tell me that you saw Bill here last night?
How did you know that?
It doesn't matter. I want to know why he was here. Roger, you told me you hadn't seen Bill since late yesterday afternoon. But he was here last night arguing with you shortly before he disappeared.
Are you suggesting that... Who told you that I was arguing with Bill? Miss Winters?
Yes.
Did she tell you what I was arguing about?
No, there was some mention of a meeting.
And that's all she heard?
Yes. I want to know why Bill was here, and I want to know exactly what you were arguing about.
It was a business matter.
Something to do with Burke Devlin?
Of course not. Well, you must know that Bill and I have had differences over a number of things at the cannery.
Go on.
Well, there are matters relating to some of our accounts that he felt I hadn't handled properly. We had words about it, and he insisted that I meet him at the office and we go over the billing. And that's about it.
What accounts are they?
Oh, what difference does it make? When he comes back, we'll all sit down and discuss it. But right now, I'm tired. It was a long trip, and I want to relax.
Can I butt in for a second? Hello, Uncle Roger.
Hi, kitten. Of course you can. Come right in.
What do you want, Carolyn?
I'm just looking for a lost wristwatch. Won't be a second.
That's all right. Take your time. You look tired, Liz. Why don't you go to bed?
I thought you'd gone upstairs some time ago.
Carolyn lost her wristwatch, and I said I'd help her find it.
No luck, Vicky. I guess we'll have to go back out to the widow's.
Well, I'm game if you are.
What are you doing out of bed again?
Where's Miss Winters going?
She went to look for a wristwatch, and you go to bed.
That's not what she's going to find. She's going to find death.
The famed Green Hornet comes to television. Watch the advance premiere of The Green Hornet in color 1 week from tonight here on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.